Are you starting to notice some stiffness in your shoulders, some maybe lower back pain from sitting at your desk all day long? Why don't you get up, join me through some stretches to kind of help with maybe a little bit of those aches and pains that we're running into. Come on, let's go. Okay, now that we're standing up, let's get through some stretches. We'll start with kind of making our way from the head all the way down to the feet. So again, this is kind of for our shoulders and our lower back from sitting at a desk all day long. Anything kind of keeps us rounded, like here into that front when we're looking at a computer, or kind of put some aches in the lower back as well. Okay, let's start with our head. So we're gonna go into a nice side pull. When we're doing this, make sure we're not pulling too hard on the neck. We're gonna just go nice and light and gentle. As we're here, we're gonna hold for 10 or 15 seconds. Just breathing through it, just a nice light stretch through the neck. And as we finish there, we're gonna go into 3 neck rolls now. So we're gonna take that head around, nice big circles as we drop the chin to the chest, and as we open, we bring that chin up. Let's go one more time around. Okay, now we make that head, we're gonna come back, we're gonna meet to the other side. Now bringing that hand up, again, just a nice light pull. As you feel that nice stretch through the neck and into maybe even to our traps or upper shoulders here. And holding 10 to 15 seconds on this one. And then as we finish that up, we'll head right back into those neck rolls again. Nice and slow and controlled, we don't need to go super fast on this. But again, we want to try to get that chin to that chest and nice big open chin as we come back. And then again, let's go one more time through that trip. So again, starting with that neck, that head to the first time, nice straight pull through the neck and into the shoulders. Back into our 3 neck rolls. One more time, finishing over to that other side. Side pull in the neck. Good, and then heading right back into those 3 neck rolls here. Perfect, cool. So that should feel great. Let's move into our shoulders. So again, like this, we sit like this all day. So let's open those shoulders up with big open shoulder rolls. So this time we want to bring the shoulders up to the ears and roll those shoulder blades back. You should almost feel them pinching in the back as we roll them back. Nice big shoulder rolls this direction for maybe 5 or 6. And then let's switch those directions. We're going to go forward now and back and around. So making sure we're always getting both directions so we can open up those shoulder blades. Again, 5 or 6 each direction. Now let's add a little bit of arm circles. So as we go in, I'm gonna do one at a time. You're more than welcome to do both at that same time as well, but we're gonna go big open circles here. Try not to let the chest follow. Keep the chest nice and straight and even with you. We're just letting that arm go back as far as we can and roll it forward. Stay in this direction. Again, maybe 5 or 6 big circles. Let's go one more, and then we're gonna change directions here. So reach that hand back now and have it coming through. Keeping that chest, again, nice and open, straight on. Let's go one more, and we're gonna switch that other arm, and switch the other arm, unless you're doing both. If you're doing both, maybe get a couple more extra circles with the both there. Go one more here. Perfect, and then switching those directions. Big open arms. Let's get 2 more. Finishing with this last one. Perfect. That already makes my shoulders feel much better. Now, let's get some hugs. We love ourselves. I love myself. You should love yourself. Good, big hugs. As we're here, we wanna make sure we're wrapping those shoulders or hands around, or trying to reach for the back of the, almost to the spine, grabbing those scaps as we pull open, big, wide open chest, and then pulling those hands through. I like to switch my hand that's on top, alternating back and forth with that. There we go. Let's go one more each side. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, shake those arms out a little. Shoulders feel a little bit more loose and a little less stiff. Okay. Let's make our way down to kind of the hips and the lower back area now. Okay, so now let's start to hang here. So this one, we're just slowly rolling that spine down, letting that head just kind of roll down, one vertebrae at a time, lowering yourself as far as you can, and just letting that head and those arms just relax here. Just spend a couple seconds here. Again, let the neck and the head and the arms relax. Make sure we breathe. Breathe in and then release and exhale. And then if we exhale, we lower ourselves down just a little bit farther. Perfect. One thing, let's go ahead and sway side to side here. Just a couple inches one direction, couple inches the other direction. Now, let's stop off to the left side here just a little. I like to take my hands, wrap them kind of around my leg a little, and just try to pull that chest a little bit closer to that leg. You should almost feel that little bit of an extra stretch on the right side of that lower back. Again, maybe 10 seconds holding here. Don't forget to breathe through it. And then let's head back into some swing. Swing side to side again for a couple. And we're gonna take those hands and we're gonna come to the right leg now. Wrap those hands just slightly around that leg. Pull that chest to the leg. And you should feel that stretch now a little bit onto the left side here. Keep that head and relax still. And release, good. Now, place those hands onto the ground. We're gonna walk those feet back into our downward dog. So if you're a big yoga person, you should know kind of downward dog here. If not, we're in a nice piped up position. We're gonna drop ourselves down to those knees. Widen those knees out just a little bit here. Go ahead and let those toes lay flat so your foot, the top of your foot should be flat on the ground. We're going to let those hips sink down in between the legs, and we're gonna walk our hands out as far as we can. And we're just gonna relax here. I like to drop my head to the ground and just let my upper body relax as I'm in this position here. Slow, calm breath in and slow, calm breath out. Now let's take our hands, we're gonna walk our hands to the left a little bit. And again, when we do this, we should feel that nice long stretch down our right arm and even into our right side of our lower back, into the side of our body. Again, try to relax and drop that head down through the arms. Now walk those hands back to the center. And as we're here, we're gonna make our way now to the right side. So let's walk those hands to the right side. Same thing, we're gonna feel that nice long stretch in the left side of the arm and all the way down the side of the body and into that left side of the lower back. Okay, and then making your way back to the center. Now, moving from there, walk those hands up a little bit, back or to you at least, and then we're gonna sit ourselves up, keeping your knees still right underneath the hips and keeping our shoulders right over the wrists. So as we're here, we're gonna go into some cats and some cows. So cat, we're gonna lift that chest up, trying to basically push ourselves away from the floor, lifting our back to the ceiling. We should almost have this nice arched back. And then we're going to push the stomach to the floor as we arch our back here. And then back up. Nice big cat as we arch the back up. And then sink that chest through. As we drop our stomach through, we should have a nice little stretch in that lower back as we go back and forth between these. Obviously, you can move at your own pace. I wouldn't go too fast. We want to spend a couple seconds here on each of these. Let's go one more time into that cat. And then one more time into that cow. Now, let's start with our right foot. We're gonna bring our right foot up right where our right hand is at. We're gonna sit up and we're going into a little bit of a runner's lunge here. So runner's lunge, as we are here, we're going to push ourselves forward a little bit. The focus is we should feel that stretch into the left hip flexor and into the left quad as well. I like to make sure I'm really feeling that stretch in there, so squeeze that glute a little. That will help to pinpoint into that hip flexor and into that quad a little bit. We're gonna press ourselves and our hips into that lunge just a little bit. Let's sit here. From there, obviously we're working on a little bit of a hip there. If we want to get a little bit into that lower back as well, we can always take that right. We're gonna twist across the leg. And we're gonna add a little bit of stretch into that lower back as we're sitting in this lunge. Relax here. Now let's switch to the other side. It's taking that right foot back, bringing again that left foot up where our left hand is at. We're gonna stay nice and tall into that chest. We're going to push, kind of lean a little bit into that lunge. Squeeze that glute to activate into the hip flexors, into the quads. Let's sit here for 10 seconds or so. Good. And then again, let's get into a little bit of that back as we add a little of that twist across the leg that's out in front of us. Don't forget to breathe, everyone. And relax. So that is all I have for you guys today, but hopefully as you finish through those movements, or if it's just the shoulders that are bugging you, then maybe do some of just the upper body movements. It's the lower back that's bugging you, then maybe just split it up and just do the lower body movements. But I know I'm feeling a lot better. My shoulders are a little bit more open, my hips are a little bit more open, my lower back doesn't ache as bad. If we do this daily, this will help a lot. This will help a lot when it comes to any of those aches or pains, especially if you spend 5 or more hours in front of a desk and you're like this all day long. Or even if you spend, 3 to 5 hours at a desk, it's still very important to get some stretching in. So stretch, add it, incorporate it. You can break it up, do a couple, even like the shoulder movements or so at the desk. That'll help as well. And then stand up and do some of the lower body for the lower back. Please let me know if there's any other movements that you'd love to see or what you think about it. You should only be able to, it should be maybe a couple minutes of stretching every day and you'll feel a ton better. It's great to incorporate it. And yeah, don't forget, subscribe always. We love it. And like and then comment. Let me know what you think. Have a good one.